It's not Zippo Paioro or my best friend's uncle who works at Nintendo. There is another leaker for Nintendo information on the docket, and we're going to talk about that today. It's the LP Podcast. Hello and happy Tuesday. It's the day of the week where I do more talking than playing of Nintendo games, but Nintendo's the topic all the same. Specifically, leakers, aka one Mr. Google employee who apparently was forging their way into Nintendo's YouTube account's private videos. So if you're unfamiliar with the workings of YouTube, you upload videos, you schedule them. They're private up until that scheduling, where then they go public for all the hungry eyes to see. Nintendo, as well as many other companies, will produce clips, videos, otherwise marketing material on their upcoming games, consoles, products, what have you. And of course, that's going to be prepared in advance of the scheduled announcement. Well, according to this here article and several others out like it, some recent Nintendo leaks may have actually come from inside the house. According to 404 Media, who reported on this first, a Google employee with access to YouTube videos leaked the information ahead of official reveals. Now, it is said in this article that said Google employee accidentally stumbled across these videos. And first and foremost, far be it from me to be accusatory, but I don't know how true that can be. Okay, because if you're going to be inside of a specific YouTube account, if you're going to be poking around in videos, that's anything but accidental. Now, maybe they were doing something of an audit of the channel, and I can't imagine why they would need to audit the non-public assets, right? Typically, audits on YouTube are done on public videos, all right, to make sure that they are safe for audience consumption, to make sure that they are adhering to the advertiser's guidelines. But this individual, for whatever reason, was poking around inside of Nintendo's YouTube account, saw a private video or a handful of private videos. It doesn't actually specify what leaks we could attribute to this person, but it does say that they saw stuff in there and then they told people about it. And I mean, that's about as leaky as you can get, all right? That's leakier than my sink after I've done dishes for 3.5 hours. Why did I do dishes for 3.5 hours? Well, I eat a lot of food. Anyways, it's just one of many privacy incidents detailed in the database, which 404 Media received from an anonymous tipster. Look at this, there's leakers, tippers all over the place, and confirmed the veracity of it. For example, in 2016, Google Street View system stored license plate numbers from photos, which is sort of deviating from the general theme here, which is the Nintendo leaks. But Nintendo also had to grapple with a massive leak of information known as the Giga Leak in 2020, where source code, prototype documents, unreleased graphics, and more showed up on 4chan. Obviously, that in and of itself is unrelated to this specific instance. One would have to assume that the person responsible at Google for auditing or for digging around in private videos is not also the person who's hacking into Nintendo and their databases specifically to find things like source code. But hey, even a blind squirrel finds a clock twice a day or something. So, all this being said, leaks are gonna happen. Whether it's through third parties like this, whether it's someone truly on the inside at Nintendo, aka the my uncle works at Nintendo thing. But I don't think that this is gonna maybe catch me some flack. I don't think it matters all that much, right? Because the companies themselves, they want to refrain from leaks getting out in an effort to have control over the information. And I get that, right? But outside of that, I don't think that it has any sort of significant impact on, tangible things like sales, right? Because say Tears of the Kingdom leaks, right? Just throwing a hypothetical example out there of last year. Tears of the Kingdom leaks, it's out there. That's not stopping someone like myself from buying it. Say Metroid Prime 4 leaks, right? We've been talking about it now for how long? Say that leaks. We're still going to buy it, right? Just because it leaked or information about it leaks. In fact, the leak may even make it more desirable, right? Because oftentimes things like leaks will find their way onto social media sites, Discord, Reddit, what have you. People will be talking about it and then therefore hypothesizing about, what else could there be? Games and concepts that were not on anyone's radar are then pushed to the forefront, thanks in large part to the leak, right? The leak is what gets it into the public database, the big information sphere that is, the public communication. We start talking about things because they are a newsworthy occurrence. A leak of a major studio like Nintendo is a newsworthy occurrence. So perhaps leaks aren't bad for us, nor are they bad for the publisher. I don't know. I guess that's a whole different conversation to have entirely. Either which way, all I know is this dude was likely fired, and that's too bad. But that's the end of the podcast. So thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it and hope that you enjoyed yourself. I do this every Tuesday. Sometimes the topics are a little bit juicier than others. I'll see you next week.